Happy Election Day Eve, and welcome to November. From the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. I'm Paige Browning, back with you this election week. Thanks to Trish, Ruby, and Gustavo for holding it down the past couple of weeks. Here's the roundup for today's top stories. It's Monday, November 3rd. Tomorrow's Election Day. Turnout is about 19% today in the general election in King County, but officials are expecting a surge of ballots to come in tomorrow. The drop box lines will get longer as the day goes on tomorrow, so get yours in as soon as you can. The voting deadline is 8 p.m. tomorrow. Seattle Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal joined almost 24 local faith leaders earlier today to demand an immediate restoration of full funding for the federal food benefit program known as SNAP. Noelle Gasca has more.
Representative Jayapal started the afternoon volunteering for the community lunch program at All Pilgrims Christian Church in Seattle's Capitol Hill neighborhood. Feeding the hungry, Jayapal said, is a moral obligation, and she believes members of the Trump administration are going against their own faith by not funding food for the hungry.
I don't know what religion teaches you that. I don't know how you can claim to be religious and not provide food to the hungry.
The Trump administration said Monday that it will partially fund SNAP after rulings from 2 federal judges ordered the government to cover at least a portion of the program. It's not clear how much SNAP recipients will receive or when their funds will arrive. Noelle Gasca, KUOW News.
Just in this afternoon, Seattle will provide as much as $4 million to food banks until SNAP benefits are fully restored. Mayor Bruce Harrell ordered the funding in a civil emergency proclamation, and the city council approved it today. It's still unclear when federal food assistance will become available again, despite a court order that it be restored. Meanwhile, our local food banks are seeing a jump in visits, as Ruby DeLuna reports.
The University District Food Bank on Roosevelt Way is humming with activity as people file in. Holly Reichman has filled her cart with mostly fresh items like yogurt, cheese, and frozen chicken. Reichman comes to the food bank to supplement the $472 a month she receives through SNAP, the federal food assistance program.
When I shop clearance. We're very methodical about freezing items.
Even before the SNAP cuts, local food banks were strained. The University District Food Bank, for example, serves about 3,000 households a week. Pantry coordinator Max Vumbaka says the influx from the end of SNAP benefits is beyond what they expected. Demand is exceeding donations.
We are at a point now where we are purchasing directly more than half of the food that gets distributed here.
Vumbaka says that's fine for the short term, but as more people need help, the long view looks grim. Ruby DeLuna, KUOW News.
The saga continues in Portland. A federal judge has blocked any National Guard deployments to Oregon for several more days. The judge wants more time to review court trial evidence, as Oregon Public Broadcasting's Conrad Wilson explains.
U.S. District Court Judge Karen Emmerget's block on the Trump administration deploying the National Guard to Oregon extends until 5 p.m. on Friday. She says she needs more time to review hundreds of exhibits and additional arguments. This new order is the latest in a months-long legal battle over the president's efforts to send Guard members to Portland. Emmerget's decision on Sunday is not final, but it suggests she's likely to side with the states of Oregon and California and the city of Portland. They've sued to block the deployment, saying the president's actions are unlawful and a violation of state sovereignty. I'm Conrad Wilson in Portland.
We have to say goodbye to yet another endangered orca. Whale researchers on San Juan Island say the newest member of the southern residents has died. The Center for Whale Research says it's the second baby orca to die in the past 2 months. Biologists say more effort to boost Chinook salmon populations is needed for the region's endangered orcas to survive. This next story is hitting home for too many families in Washington. Years ago, a Tulalip woman went missing. Her case helped enhance efforts to find missing Indigenous persons all across Washington. Now her remains have been found. Amy Radel reports.
Almost 5 years ago, Mary Johnson Davis disappeared while walking on the Tulalip Reservation. Now the FBI's Seattle field office says her DNA has been matched to human remains found in a remote part of Snohomish County last June. The Tulalip Police Department says the investigation of her death remains active and ongoing. Her sisters said in a statement they're saddened by the news, but also at peace knowing Mary has been found and will be brought home. Her case helped lead to the state's creation of new email and social media alerts, specifically for missing Indigenous persons in 2022. Amy Radel, KUOW News.
A couple science and technology stories for you to know today. Guess who's buddying up in the artificial intelligence world? Amazon and OpenAI. Amazon has signed a $38 billion deal, that is a massive deal, to host OpenAI's systems. You might think, weren't they teamed up with the other Seattle area computing giant Microsoft? Yes, but OpenAI has amended that exclusive partnership. The company plans to begin using Amazon Web Services immediately. In health science, Seattle scientists say they've discovered a major explanation for why vaccines don't work as well in older adults compared with younger people. Gabriel Spitzer has the details.
Researchers at the Allen Institute wanted to understand why our immune response weakens with age. A study 2 years ago found that year's flu shot, for example, was 36% less protective for people over 65. The team looked at the wiring of a key immune cell type called T cells, and found they begin to downshift over time, leading to fewer effective antibodies. Lead author Claire Gustafson says the findings could lead to vaccines designed specifically for older patients.
A common design of a vaccine might not be the only approach. If we start to tailor vaccines more to population-specific immune systems, we might actually be able to make good vaccines better.
The researchers created an atlas of the aging immune system, which could give scientists a roadmap to those targeted vaccines. The study is published in the journal Nature. Gabriel Spitzer, KUOW News.
The sports notebook for today as we go out. There are Seattle Storm license plates, tennis and skiing plates, and now pickleball specialty license plates are for sale by the State Department of Licensing. Proceeds will go toward courts. And it's playoff time in soccer, and tonight is a must-win for the MLS Seattle Sounders. They host Minnesota in Game 2 of the playoffs. It'll be busy around the stadiums before the 7:45 match. And the Seattle Reign are playoff-bound. The National Women's Soccer League team will play Orlando on Friday. Next time on Seattle Now, more than 900,000 people in Washington depend on SNAP benefits food assistance. We'll talk about how delays and potential cuts to those benefits are affecting local food banks.
You know, it's really been a roller coaster. We're constantly thinking about how we need to adjust and really what this means for our community. And it's scary, right? To think about how are you going to put food on your table.
Hear that Tuesday morning. That's all for today from the KUOW Newsroom in Seattle. Final note, I'm with you if you're still a bit sluggish from the time change. Even though, I know, we technically gained an hour of sleep, but UW researchers say it takes 2 or 3 days to adjust. Our producer today is Brooklyn Jamerson Flowers, and I'm Paige Browning. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. See ya. Don't forget to vote.